Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I'm reviewing another pen from Benu, and this is their latest release, well, just about the same time as this video is going live. Comes packaged in the traditional Benu box, packed in the little cardboard sleeve and with some information and a cartridge and everything. Really simple, clean, beautiful packaging. The pen we are looking at today is this. This is the Astrogem in the Echo finish. So Benu is a company now based in Armenia, and they make really interesting pens with interesting lines and designs and really sort of out there materials. This material I absolutely love. I think it's got a bit of a feel of, sort of a looking at Earth from space kind of feel, which kind of ties in really well because as the Astrogem pen line, and there are a range of different material versions of this, all named after, sort of asteroids and things like that. As is the Echo version here. But the line is actually designed to be reflective of the interstellar object Oumuamua, which was it's a Hawaiian name because it was discovered in Hawaii, and it was the first interstellar object found passing through our solar system, or detected passing through our solar system. It was back in, I think, 2017. And it was a large sort of asteroid. And on social media, there was a picture of the asteroid, and someone commented saying that it looked like a Benu pen. And at that point, I think the actual asteroid was incorrectly called Benu, so it tied in very, very well. I'll show the photo here, and you can see the lines of that asteroid are very similar to this pen. It's what it's designed to look like. So that's a bit of the background. Let's look at the parts and features of this pen now. Okay, so on the top you get this sort of rounded squared end, and then there are these multi-symmetrical facets all the way down the pen, so little swells and dips in this really interesting resin with this sort of green and gold shimmer in it. It's beautiful. As I said, it kind of looks like Earth from space to my mind. There's a little line here where the material joins where the clip is cut in, and it's a functional clip. There's a black end to the cap here, cap band, and you can actually see Benu there in the original resin material. We'll step down onto the body of the pen, which these facets kind of continue along and then taper down to another square end. It is a screw cap, and it comes off in 2 and about 2.5 turns. There's a little step down onto we continue the black material across the section, and all the pens in this line have different sort of material for the section, and it's a really interesting line. So it'll step down, very smooth threads section, and then a number 6 Schmidt nib, and I have this one in a fine. The pens I've reviewed from Benu in the past have been mediums, so having a fine here is really great. And there is the plastic feed. Now, it is a standard international cartridge converter pen, and it comes with a converter, a Schmidt K5 converter. And it is also provided with a long cartridge, so it can take the long cartridges as well. The Benu Astrogem does post, and it posts quite securely. It's got this sort of a, indented end there, sort of reduced size, and it posts onto there. But it does make a very long pen, and it's kind of a bit bulbous on the back. I tend to write with this unposted. It's still a big size pen and very, very comfortable in the hand, and the balance is really good in this form. So as I said, it's a number 6 size Schmidt nib, and it is available through Benu in fine, medium, and broad. But because there's a number 6 Schmidt, there are other options as well if you wanted to put different nibs on this pen. For the size comparison today, I've got it here alongside my favorite Benu pen. This is the Euphoria. This is a caviar version, and then of course alongside the Lamy Safari. It's about the same length as the Safari, but the Euphoria is quite a large pen. Uncapped, it's still shorter here than the Euphoria, but it is once again about the same length as the Lamy Safari. As I said earlier, when this pen is posted, it does become quite long. It's longer there than the Lamy Safari, still shorter than the Euphoria, but it is a big pen, and you can see by the lines of the pen that it does sort of get quite bulbous on the end when it is posted. The dimensions of the Benu Astrogem are 140 millimeters when it is capped. It's 134 when it is uncapped. So as I said, it's a good size, and it's 175 when it is posted. So it is on the longer side. The section is around 10 millimeters in the middle there, and it's around 16 millimeters around the widest point of the pen. The pen weighs a total of 26 grams, 15 in the body and 11 in the cap. So it does also put the balance off ever so slightly, but for me the biggest issue is the bulbous and length, the bulbous nature and the length of the pen. So I do prefer to write with this unposted. Now, one thing I will say here is that here with the Euphoria, and it's the same with the Talisman, the sections are interchangeable. So I'll just replace these out, or swap these out here. So Benu use a standard size section, which, as you can see there, can be swapped around pen to pen. So if you've got a range of Benu pens with different nib sizes, not all the models obviously, but as I said, the Talisman, the Euphoria, now the Astrogem, if you've got fine and medium and broad and different pens, you can swap them around so you can have the nib you want in any particular pen at any time. Now, as I'm filming this video, the Astrogem range is still yet to be released, but a price point I have seen for this pen online is $175 US, which I think is okay. You are getting a really well-made pen with an interesting material and really interesting design, not something that can just, easily be machine turned and things like that. But you are just getting a Schmidt steel nib, and I love the Schmidt steel nibs. I am a big fan of those, and a Schmidt converter. So 175 US is probably the upper line of its price point, but Benu pens are incredibly unique, and that's kind of what you're paying for. Let's do a writing sample now with the Benu Astrogem. As I said, this is the Echo version. Jump onto the Benu website. I'll link to it down below. You can see the full range of the Astrogem line on there. They are absolutely beautiful pens. This is a fine steel Schmidt nib. And the ink in this today is Sailor Ink Studio number 967, which is my real favorite little earthy light green that they make. I'm really enjoying the Sailor Ink Studio inks at the moment. Let's do a writing sample with this pen. That's terrible. Okay. My terrible handwriting aside, this pen is really nice. It's quite smooth, but there is a hint of feedback. For a fine nib, I don't think it's overly fine, and I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. But you can see it writes quite wet. There is feedback, but it is smooth. Quick writing. No issues whatsoever. As I said, I'm a big fan of Schmidt nibs, and I love what Benu are doing with them. This writes, as I said, it's smooth as feedback, but it's wet, it's consistent, it's reliable. Reverse writing is scratchy but doable. It's not a flex nib. I wouldn't push it too hard. You just end up laying down a bit more ink, and that's laying down quite a lot. As I said, this is quite a wet writer. I really like it. So yes, big fan of Schmidt nibs, big fan of Benu, and the combination is fabulous. Okay, so what are the pros and cons? So I've said that the con for me is the fact that posted, I don't think the balance is as good. It's a little bit back heavy, and also it's got a big end on it there, so it just feels a little a little long in the hand when it's posted. So the balance is much better for me when it is unposted. The other issue is that Benu pens are not going to be for everyone. These designs are out there. They're gaudy. They're shimmery and bright and colorful, and I really like this. This is a design that I can really get behind. I like the interesting cut of the lines, and I like the interesting material. So what are the pros? Well, as I said, I really, really love this material. As I said, to me, it looks like looking at Earth from space. As they fly over large cities at night and things like that. It's just beautiful. I really like the nib. It writes beautifully and consistently, and that's what I want from a pen, and this does that. It writes on the wetter side. It provides nice shading and things for inks that do that. It's just wonderful. I really like the size of the pen. I like the fact that it's not a super small pen. I like the fact that there's a bit of girth to it. And this sort of traditional Benu section is very comfortable around that 10 millimeters. It's not too big, but it's it's very comfortable size in the hand. And then, of course, for me, I'm a space nerd. So a pen that is like designed after Oumuamua, the asteroid that visited us from another galaxy altogether. Kind of awesome. And so I'm excited about that, and I really, I like the look of it, and I like the ideas behind it. So yeah, I really like this. The Benu Astrogem in the Echo finish. A big thank you to Benu for sending this out for review, and a big thank you to you for watching. So please like and subscribe, hit the notifications button, all that kind of stuff. If you've got products you think I should be looking at, or if there is a way you would like to support the channel, I would love to hear from you. In the meantime, enjoy your pens, enjoy writing, and I'll talk to you soon.